You're watching ITV News Central. Still to come. The world's best road, mountain, electric and BMX bikes pedal into town for the cycle show.
And as we look forward to the weekend here in the West Midlands, I have your full weather forecast, including sunshine and cloud, coming up later in the programme.
Enforcement teams have been out in Derby today in a special day of action against people misusing disabled blue badges.
Yes, those found to be consistently parking in disabled bays when they shouldn't can be taken to court and fined up to £1,000.
Well, your views on the blue badge fraud are online on our Facebook page, but first Michael Sibbott has this report.
Is parked on Wilmot Street. Do you want us to issue to that?
Another day on the streets of Derby for Morris. He makes checks on blue badges in the city centre every day as part of his job as an enforcement officer.
So if I could just check your badge 1 minute, would that be OK?
But today is a special day of action. They've been doing these since 2011.
Yeah, that's fine.
If it stops the people who are dishonestly obtaining them, then by all means, check it all the time. I think they just couldn't care less. They just want a free parking space and that's it, somewhere easier for the shop.
It's not fair to people like me, that come and we need the space.
Thank you for your cooperation. Yeah.
Whilst we were filming today, all the checks made were of valid blue badges. But when someone is caught, they can receive a fine of either £50 or £70. Persistent offenders can be taken to court and charged up to £1,000. And of course, people using spaces they shouldn't makes it harder for the likes of Judith Bateman and her husband Alan. They need extra space at the back of their car to get her wheelchair in and out. She understands that there are only a limited number of spaces that the council can make blue badge only, but still gets very frustrated.
A Saturday, you'll really struggle unless you come really early in the morning. It can be a matter of luck. I've been checked about half a dozen times, and I've also had parking enforcement ring me up at home when they were checking my son's blue badge.
Last year, the City Council ended free car parking for blue badge holders in their multi-storey car parks as part of budget cuts, but it's still free on the roadside. For the City Council's disability champion Paul Pegg, it's an issue that has a personal edge.
My wife was disabled, and it used to infuriate me when we used to go out and there was disabled bays were taken up with with people who weren't entitled to be there, and they were misusing it. And it's the same when you go to shopping centres. You'll get people parking disabled bays who are not entitled to park there, and it is absolutely disgusting. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Paul thinks 99% of blue badge misuse is malicious. He says few cases are an honest mistake. Days like this are about educating people about the consequences if they're caught. Michael Sibbott, ITV News, Derby.
Now, hundreds of lives have been saved at a hospital in Coventry since nurses ditched paper charts and started using handheld computers to record patient data.
The technology was tested in the city before being rolled out to other areas. In 2010, more than 370 lives were saved as a result of the university hospitals Coventry and Warwickshire. Now, across the country, trusts that have started using the same technology are reporting similar falls in death rates. Juliet Fletcher reports.
Armstrong has brittle asthma and sometimes has difficulty breathing. Last week, her blood oxygen levels fell dangerously low. The Vital Pack system raised the alarm and Helen quickly received urgent medical attention.
It was good because it did help the fact that I got the treatment, the extra treatment, and I managed to keep online and to go home as planned the following day. As if with the old system, it wouldn't have picked up, and I've probably deteriorated more overnight and obviously ended up spending more time in hospital.
The new technology means a patient's vital signs are recorded on a central database, accessible across the whole hospital. Nurses simply tap in test results onto a handheld device, which automatically calculates if a patient is deteriorating and needs to see a doctor. Staff say it's a big improvement to the old paper system.
It's a nice way of recording things accurately. You can see all the observations from previous times, and if there are any issues as the score escalates or decreases, you can see your patient getting better or needing further treatment.
The technology was developed by hospital doctors and nurses together with a software company. It was first implemented in 2009 and has since led to dramatic improvement in patient care.
This software is helping nurses to prevent at least one death a day at each hospital. It is very satisfying that a journey we're set out on to improve the care of patients have actually now been shown to have that effect.
The system has been so successful it's being rolled out across the country, which could mean thousands of lives being saved every year. Juliette Fletcher, ITV News.
Now it is time for the sport, and Steve joins us. And Steve, you have been talking to the most successful Olympian of all time.
Certainly the most successful British one, yes indeed. He's called Chris, and funnily enough I've been speaking to another Olympian, also called Chris, also got a gold medal. You know, you like buses.
Variety you need.
Yes, variety, quite. All that coming up, plus of course a bit of football for you.